Okay. Are we working this time? Says we're live. Wish they would put some meters on these things and yeah. We lost the power then. Bizarrely. Too many people using their air conditioners all of a sudden. Right. Let's have a look at this just to make sure we are working. And yeah. Yeah, so sorry about that. The power went off for about 15 seconds. So to reboot everything and yeah. Just having a look at this. Making sure I've got the sound and everything. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, I'm not sure quite where it cut off, but I've managed to catch it. So, yeah. So this has extensive damage to it down here. I think it was just the two radios on the bench and I was just getting the cloth out. But anyway, I'll recap this. Yeah, so it's got extensive damage there. And inside it looks like battery damage. And this IF can, actually that isn't damaged there, it's just very corroded on the outside. That capacitor, yeah, is this on camera? This capacitor looks a bit dodgy, I don't know what that is. Yeah. And the speaker, I don't know what's happened to that. I thought initially it was because of the off-gassing of the battery. And it may well be, but it's the whole of the case. Maybe it was painted or something. I don't know. Yes, and the back case is damaged there. And we've just got where the transistors are and their types. 408s, 2N408s, 2N410s, two of those. And yeah, they're counting, maybe not. Yeah, there's two 2N408s there, another one there, a 2N412 there, and then it'll probably be the oscillator. 410 there, and then another 410 down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they haven't counted the diodes, which is a good thing. I don't know quite where this was made, but the symbol on the case which is advanced, leads me to believe this wasn't made in Australia. It just looks too Japanesey to me. Now, I did turn it on before. Oh good, we do have the value on this, 0.033. So if that's not working, right, we'll try it again. Yeah, the amplifier's working, but not much else. Yeah, it's stuck. There we go. Right. Now I would think as orange things are capacitors, and the other ones are just the disc type ones, although they're not discs. So the capacitor there, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those capacitors, if they are indeed capacitors. They're strange things. They've got plastic on the ends and then they just wrapped foil. Okay, so we know this is making a noise. Now this one looks a little bit more cheaply made. I think it's an AWA. I mean, it looks identical, but it may not be. So this is shrunk, I think. Yeah, that's shrunk a little bit. I did have a badge on it there. Yeah, must have been across there. So maybe it did have this radiola 6 on it and this little badge. So it looks stuck on to me. So, yeah, so it's a different moulding on the back. This one's shiny and this one is got leather hide stuff on it. Yeah, elephant hide. Where did I put my little coin? It's going to be too big. The slot is reasonably narrow on this one. And I've lost the spudger yet again. I use it and I think I remember putting it away and then I can't find it. So we'll just be very careful with this. Not to damage the plastic. Oh, this has got Phillips caps in it. Ah, B66. Section 106. Still at the Arts and C, Arts and P, but it's an AC number prefix, which is really late for the Arts and Ps, and this one's just a number. Yeah. This one's no. The other one's got shielding on it. Looks similar in its layout, but it is quite different. This doesn't seem to have any output transformers here. And these AWV, so these are Australian transistors. Actually, these are Australian transistors as well. AWV on the side. But these look like germaniums, and these look different. They're more modern type like this, but in metal. Interesting. So you can see it down there. And it's got some blue Phillips caps in it. 3 of them. And this one. And these are Elner ones. So this must be late 60s, early 70s. All right. I'll do this one first. If it makes it, well, it does make a noise. You can hear it clicking, but ooh, that hurt. That was really loud. So again, the amplifier is working. So we'll take that off and we'll take it out of its case. Come on, you know, there we go. Funny little screw, tiny. And that's been in and out a number of times. And this one's rusty in the slot. So this has definitely been in and out. Maybe originally had all Phillips caps in it, the blue ones, and someone's replaced them with Elners, or it was originally a mixture of the two or something. Very odd. Yeah. We'll have to undo our earphone. And still not coming out easily. Oh, the dial, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll have to undo this. Just a screw fitting. And that's really tight. I don't want to damage it. We're going to have to use the pliers on it. Ow. Hate doing that. Oh, yeah, there it goes. That was super tight. Unlike the other one, which is loose. Yeah, they really cheapen these down as much as they possibly could. Let's see if it comes out now. Yep. Right. Ugh. That has got to be some of the worst soldering I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't look too bad on the camera, but it's horrible. Looks like it was done with a thumbnail dipped in tar. As my teachers used to say, I used to have terrible handwriting. And that was because I was initially taught at one school in England, then another school in England, and then I came out here and went to another school, and then I went to another school when I went to the first school in Melbourne for only about 6 months, I think it was, maybe a little bit longer. Horrible school, hated it. Then I went, when our house was built, finished being built, we moved to Greensborough, or that area, and when it was still countrified. And is that going to come off easily? I'm going to get some spray down inside it, clean it up. It's absolutely chockers with fluff. And then after that, so that was another school, and they all taught different handwriting. And this isn't going to come off, is it, easily? No. That is stuck on there. Just going to have to clean that out with a toothbrush. Must get some more cheap toothbrushes, because these are getting a bit yucky. And this sort of thing. There we go. And of course, different teachers taught different. Come on. Different styles of handwriting, and then I just learnt one style here, and they changed the style of teaching handwriting. So my handwriting and a lot of other people's, my generation was, yeah, left a lot to be desired. If I'd continued at Ivanhoe Grammar, it probably would have been all right. Now I'll just turn this off again. Is that off? There we go. Connect this up and see if that made any difference. Yeah. Not very loud, but yeah. So that's the racing station. Yeah. Can't get this up any higher. Weird speaker. Really long magnet. Oh, you can see that. Never seen a speaker like that. I reckon these were made in Australia, up in Sydney. Yeah, it needs a recap. Well, it is working, just. That is full volume. Well, not quite, because at full volume it just cuts out. So obviously he's going too far. And what I might do is, where's the little tiny screwdriver? Going to clean this off because it's pretty corroded. Take the battery off. Okay. Stand it clicking all the time. And scrape this back a little bit. All this corrosion and muck out of this. That's the wrong thing, isn't it? It's over here. Very careful with this. And they are still available, something very similar, but I don't think they're quite as thick. And scrape this around. See if that makes any difference. See if it contacts any better. Yeah, that's a bit better, but it just doesn't have very much volume. That is full volume. Right. Okay, let's recap it. And we'll start with the... which end shall we start at? We'll start at the... with these ulnar caps, I think, because they're guaranteed to be awful. Because sometimes those blue Phillips ones surprise. They're okay. Right. And what value is this? Can I read the value? So 16 volts, 33 microfarad. Wow, that resistor has got so much corrosion on it. Yeah, doesn't look like it's broken though. Although there's actually a burn mark on this capacitor down the bottom. I'll show you when I get it out. Interesting. That resistor might have got hot somehow or another. It's only a 9-volt battery in it, and doesn't take much current to run these things. What did I say? 33 at 16 volts. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. 33 at 16 volts. I'll get it out. And where are my cutters? Should have cleaned up. Sure, I have the cutters here. Use another pair. Really got to buy some new ones. I might investigate getting through Mauser. They all seem to go in the same place. What was I doing? Cutting this off, wasn't I? Might get this out actually. I'll turn the soldering iron on. And this hasn't got polarity. Oh, yes it does. Which is the polarity for these ulnar ones? It's got a stripe up there. That might be positive. No, it's the other end. It's got a plus on it. One of the other ones, and I can just see the plus on this large one. Might see if the other camera is any closer. I zoom in. Is that any better? So we've got this cap here is what I'm replacing. Now, should I take that speaker out? It's not going to make much difference really. Right. Yeah, this soldering is absolutely shocking. Really bad. Whether you can see this. No, it just looks okay on the camera, but in person it's absolutely shocking. Don't know whether how close I can get with this. It's about there. Yeah, it's really rough and there's tons of solder on there. Must have been a new person doing this. I've lost the actual one I'm going to do. So it's down here. It must be in here somewhere. Across those two maybe. Is that it? And this one. Which I might have to, in fact I will, use my solder gun. It's going to go down to here. Yeah, and maybe it's just corroded, but right, that's it there. Ooh, ow, ow, that's hot. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for the gun to get that off. This is from, what was this from? It's 240 volts, can't remember. I did a video the other day with that, didn't I? Oh, it was that big AWA portable, wasn't it? Valve portable. Or was it transistor? No, it was valve. Too many radios. Not used to doing a stream every day. This is still warming up. There it goes. Worked on the larger one, which isn't it? It's the one next to it. Doesn't sound. Not blocked, but I've got to get this at the right angle to actually seal the. Yeah, that did it. Okay. And yes, I'm giving Mauser another try after they stuffed up the last order, and someone obviously didn't check it properly before they dispatched it, and right, let's see if we can get that end out. Yeah, it's a little loose. Okay, we'll do the other one. Out, and get this one out. Come on. That's that one, isn't it? I'll grab this out. It's very hot, so it's radial one. So the lead is bent over, as they used to do in the 60s before they invented the other ones. Come on. There's not enough wriggle room in this to actually, why is that resistor getting hot? Be that one. It's definitely the one, and the other one is definitely it as well. So why isn't it coming out? Yeah. At least the wires are reasonably thick on this one. This isn't coming out. For some reason. Pushed it back in a bit, but right, it's sort of out, not completely. This is going to come out the other side. Ow, ow. Yeah, come on. Really need asbestos fingers for this. There we go. Yeah, that hole has filled in. This is going to be a slow process by the seams of it. If this is any indication. Come on. Why isn't that hole clearing? Got a bit of flux on it, maybe. Don't touch everything with it. Yeah, that's got it. Sort of. Still not coming out. It's got to be the right. Why isn't it? Yeah, that is definitely it. I'm just going to snip it off. It's got something stuck on the end of it. So, look away and close your eyes. Right, that's out. Yay, finally. So, yeah, this is it. Where are we? Come on. Focus, you're going to focus. You're supposed to be able to focus really close to this camera. Can't, yeah. Put my glasses on might be better. Right, there we go. It's probably in the focus anyway. Yeah, so I can get in quite close to it. I'm only about 15 centimeters away from the lens. Okay, now just as an experiment, I'll do the capacitor bingo. Is it going to show there? No. Really need to print one of Graham's little stands for it. And this one on there. Yeah, you can see all the burn marks. So it's discoloured. That one, yep. And this is a 33, remember. 58, 59. It'd be better if I hold it, yeah. So it's almost double what it should be. But it's not. Seemed worse, but yeah, Sony tape recorders are full of these things. And they all go bad. Now, yeah. So that is definitely plus. This is definitely 33 at 16. Lots of these. This is a 32. What an odd value. 32 at 10 is the Philips one. Yeah. Right. Now, do we have anything else? When I change on that track? No. That is going across to there. That might need. Is that going? Where's that one going? It's going into there. I'll just check that. Don't want to solder this in and then have to unsolder it again. No, that doesn't look like, it doesn't feel like it either. Must be this one. No? Where does that one go then? It's definitely here. Let's go back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So it's definitely here, and it goes across to somewhere around here, but and that's not even, oh yes it is, yeah, that's it. Alright, so we'll pull this one out as well. Chop this one off a bit. It's got a lump of something on it too. Okay, close my eyes, look away. And yeah, that's not going to come out easily. Right. Come on, don't stick to that. Right, that one's half out. So we need to do the other track. Yeah, it's a bizarre value. And that's pretty clear. Let's get we'll get a bit of this stuff. And we'll yes, as I said, I'm going to give Mauser one last go. And that's going to fall out quite easily. There we go. Oh, that's still hot. So that is 32. Yeah, I don't know whether you can read that or not. So going to focus. Yeah, just about read that, can't you? Okay. Yeah, 32 at 10. Interesting. Now we'll try this one. 43. Yeah, 10 ohms though. The other one was only 1 ohm. Yeah, so ESR is really high on that one. Now, I guess we can put another one of these in. Yeah, which way round was it? That's a good question. Yeah, did that go? Yeah, there's no mark where this one went. Or is there? Yeah, just about. So that went that way. And that's because they're opposite markings. The Phillips one is this part is positive, and this one, oh no, it's the same. This one's positive too, yeah, okay. So, put it in this way. I definitely know the other one's right. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Yeah. Down there. And make this one over here. Make that straighter. And we'll do this one down to here. And this one over to here. Now, trim those off in a moment. Now, fingers crossed we've got the second one the right way round. And where's my thin solder? There's so much solder on this, I can just use the thick stuff. Right. Okay. Trim, we know this one's right. And here's my other cutters, aren't they? Folks are done where I come from. Yeah, I'll leave that one for a moment. Let's try this. Well, that's a bit better. Still not very loud. It is working. And it's quite distorted as well. That's as loud as it goes. Probably needs a IF alignment as well. And next one, in fact we'll trim these off first. We'll tidy up the soldering. Come on. Soldered. Yeah, there's a big solder thing there. That's all right. Okay. Let's tidy this all up. Bring this up a bit so we can trim it. Come on. There we go. Tidy this track up. Yeah. Where was the other one? Here. Good. Now we're still going to work. Or we're short to something. Yeah, it still works. Right. Let's do another capacitor. Only 3 to go. 4 to go. So what time is that? I may as well finish this off today, if I possibly can. Now this one is there. And this one is a 447 or 4.7? 4.7, 15 volts. I think these are 4.7s, aren't they? Or are they 47? No, that's 47. So we want a 4.7. Smallest ones I've got a 25 volts. Yeah, it looks like I need some new ones. Oh, here's another one. So that's 4.7. Yeah, okay. So get this out the way. Jam it down in there. Right. Yeah, this has been in and out multiple times. And that's even got... I really want to get this volume control off. you're not going to. I'm going to have to get this off and touch up all these solder joints on here. They're all corroded. Really don't know whether they use bad solder or this has been in a damp environment down the beach or something. Right, so this one is directly in from here, so that must be that one. Yep. Yeah, so that one. Yeah, back on the camera, yep. Ooh, that track is lifting. Don't want that. That's lifted that track, and it wasn't the point I had this desoldering gun on either. But this whole track is coming up. That's the problem with that desoldering gun. You can lift the track if you're not careful. So we'll do this. And come on. Yeah. Hopefully that other one will hold it in place. No, it's come off. Okay. Right. Now how am I going to do this without burning my fingers? Not having much luck with tracks the last couple of days. That is super thin. Let's see if I can. That's broken in half. Bugger. I'm just going to have to put a bit of wire there or something and join those two together. That is so delicate, that one. Now I can see another track which is lifted too. Yeah, there's all muck underneath where it was. So that must have been lifting before. Okay. Yeah, not really that worried about this radio, but so this is a bit down to here. Yeah, that one is that one. Is this going to be this one? Yeah, that's that one. And of course there's a huge great blob of solder on there. Try to lift the track on this. Yeah, almost out. Yeah, some of these boards are so delicate, and so down here. Okay. Not quite out. Again, it's sitting. Come on. Right. It's out. So that is in. And so the positive is in the inner one. And we'll put the other one in before. So positive in. I'm using these Slimmic ones, and they were expensive for amplifiers, but they don't make them anymore. Simlic or something, whatever they were called. Come on. Is this lead too big for the hole? Again. Come on, in you go. Hole is clear. Not a very big hole, but it's clear. Let's put it in the other side. Can we get this through? No. Not yet, just about. There we go. Took a bit of force that. And we'll put this through here. Yeah, these quite chunky leads on these, and so I'll and we'll get one of our little capacitor cut-off leads. It's way too long. Where did that go? Huh. Oh, there it is. And we'll just put this across here. Don't think anyone's ever going to work on this again. A little bit, no. Come on, go around you go. And up you go. Yep, that's perfect. And we'll solder those two leads together. And lost my solder. Sorry if you can't see this, but it's a little bit And it's not SMD tiny, but right, now that's going to stand up, of course, and that's going to stick to that. And sticking to the soldering iron. Come on, let go. And of course it's moved against that, isn't it? Right, that's that. As long as no one's really violent with it. And we'll put this one back in. Yeah, that looks better. Trim these off and we'll test it again. We'll see what that capacitor's like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Put our battery back in. Hope it makes a noise. Yep. Still got very weak reception. That's as loud as it goes. It's a little bit louder than it was. How are you going to hear races on this when you take it to the races? These were taken to football and all sporting events and things like that, weren't they? Yeah, so that's that one over there. That looks like a capacitor too, actually. No, that's a diode. Funny looking diode, but it's a diode. Now, I would think we'll do these two next. Another diode there. So this one is, make sure I've got the values for these. And another 4.7. So we'll do that. We'll tackle the other one. In there. So it looks like it's going from there to there. That one, is that? Yeah. Okay. So it's going. Right. Now I couldn't find a schematic for these. I could probably find one for one of them. The older one, the number is worn off it, so we didn't check the where's that one I just pulled out? Wasn't that one. Going mad here today, aren't I? You know what? It's disappeared. Probably on the... No, not on the floor. It's rolled away somewhere. Okay. We'll ignore that for the moment. That one and that one. So we might just not do the solder gun, given what happened last time. But these look a little bit more attached. So if we can pull this one out. Yeah, that's definitely it. And yeah, that's definitely it too. Good. Easy peasy. We've still got some there. Okay. Not quite. Good, that's nice and clear. Wait for this to cool down a bit. Don't know whether you can hear. Actually, no, that's the neighbour's motorbike. Such a nice day out there. It's going for a ride, but I can't go outside because of my hay fever, even though I took hay fever tablets this morning. Almost out. Ow, that's hot. Oh, there's the other one. Good. Yeah, that was big one there, and that's positive. So we need another one of these. Had these for years. I do amplifiers with them. So yeah, 50 originally. So yeah. Right. Now, where did I... Where's the blue one? Yeah. So... that one. These holes are a little bit too small. So a little bit too small. I can see it poking through just, but it's There we go. And again, I'm going to just touch this in temporarily, so test it, make sure we've got the right way round. Not 100% confident. Should really mark the board with the positive, but it's such a come on, melt. Just do this temporarily. Yeah, a little tiny bit. And we'll try it again. Well, it's still working, but it's not, again, it's not very loud. That's as loud as it goes. A little bit better, isn't it? We're getting there. Alright, so I might just trim these off, but I'm not going to tidy it up until I've taken the Phillips cap out. Which is right next to it. And this is going to be a bit difficult to wiggle around. And the diode's right next to it too. So that is definitely that one. You can see that straight through. So we'll take that one out completely. Geez, this is bad, this soldering. It's not even melting, is it? Is that the one? Lost it now, yeah. It's this one here. The one I was doing, but it's still not melting. Come on. That's it. It must be across there. This must be it here. If anyone wants to buy me a microscope with a camera on it, you're most welcome. Now, they're both long tracks, so I'm going to risk the... Oh, I turned that off, didn't I? Won't risk that. Some flux on that. And in fact, we're going to use the solder sucker thing. Couple in here, There's so much solder on this. It's a huge, great blob. Some of it. Right. This one wasn't it? Good. Now put this on. That's that bit. And come on, stuck. It's all stuck along the. Come on, off you come. Ow, ow, ow. It's soldered itself into that, and we're no closer. All the solder's flowing along the track. Is that? Yeah, that's clear. See how much solder I got off of that. This one. What was this one? Right. Get this out. Somehow or another. Grab this. Grab the whole thing, I think. No. It's got it. No. I'm going to do this. There's that little screwdriver. That might be too small. I'll try this one. Is that it? Yeah, it's definitely it. And easing this out. And the other one might the smoke breathed in a whole lot of smoke then. Chop this off and it might fall out. Careful of that. Oh, it's empty anyway. No, that's not it. I thought that was it. down here somewhere. It's this one here. Is it? No? Yes, it is. Okay. Right. So that long lead goes, that's the negative. Yeah. So the long lead's the negative, and what value was this? We didn't check, did we? Oh, it's another 32. And I can't quite see the holes, so I'm poking around in the dark. This one isn't going in. As it should. No, that's the wrong way round. These holes are just that little bit, no, that's through. Yeah, these holes are just a little bit too small. These are not all that thick, these leads either. It's a little light through there. And can I get this one back in? Come on. And this is total fiddle. Just can't get there. There we go, I think. Yep. Okay, good. Right. Okay. As we go along the whole thing and clean it up while I'm here. That's better. That looks more reasonable. That is actually a bubble around the bottom of it. That's better. Yeah, where's the other one? Can't see the other one. It's down here. And that's shorting across there. Come on. It's better. And the other, Do that afterwards. Right. Good. Now. Still really quiet. If anything, it's a little bit quieter. There's our little dial. Oh, just can't give up on football, can they? Right. Well, that was a bit strange. I would have thought we'd be getting very loud by now. And okay, our last one. Putting in 105 degree caps in here. That's a bit of overkill, isn't it? The last for 100 years. This one is a 4.7 again. Okay, there's a lucky last. So yes, battery maker, if you're still there. Yeah, sorry I didn't look at the comments. I was concentrating on this little thing. Yeah, it's quite a long chunky shaft on this one. So yeah, I mean they still make them and they still sell them in J-Car and things like that if you buy an AM radio kit, but they yeah, it's getting the shaft length correct, and that's often the downfall with these things. There was quite a few different shaft lengths. Where did I lose that capacitor? Down here, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's this one and that one. Oh, this is such a mess, this soldering. As I say, I've never seen anything this bad before on a radio. Or anything, in fact. This one. This is all going to come apart anyway. Yeah, I must have had the new girls on there. Although I don't know that AWA used young women at this stage. I think they were using older people who'd been around for decades. I don't know whether you saw Radio Waves cover, but it's a mixture of men and women in that, on that television line. I'll show you after I've done this. This one should be a bit easier to do. Yeah, that's almost falling out. Just clean that up with the solder wick. Yeah, you just have to get a donor radio or something like that and make a good 1 out of 2. But even the donor radio might have a bad vari cap in it. That is really stuck again. Where's this sticking to this? It doesn't normally stick like this. It just, and it does stick, but it doesn't usually stick like this. Yeah, ow. I'm just going to, the one end of it's out. Not quite, but it is almost out. And this one is not playing ball. That is that one, isn't it? Burns his fingers again. Yeah, that's definitely it. So I might have to leave that out again. Can we do this out the way? Where is it? I've lost it. Where are you? Oh, there we are. How can I leave you out without burning anything? I get in through here. Almost. That's quite loose anyway, but yeah, it's coming out. Yep. So this is another 4.7. Positive goes on the inside. 4.7. Positive on the inside, and that went in reasonably easily. The other one going in easily. No. Yep. Okay. And we didn't lift the track, which is good. Around the tracks again. Up here again, aren't we? Ooh, that's come off there. No, go back on. Right. Well, that's better than it was. Might as well go around and finish it off. Yeah, that's... Ugh. That isn't supposed to join up. This must be the ground. I think some of this is definitely corrosion. Is that? Okay, that's that ground one done. I'll just do this. Push that right to there. If this doesn't improve it, I'd say there's a weak transistor in here. But I'm going to try aligning it too. Good. Why is the whole board hot? Nothing? I shorted something out. What have I shorted out? Oh, okay. No, that wasn't done. Some of these legs are really bad. Done something to it. Didn't like that. I hate it when you put the last component, it's all working, put the last component in and then it just dies. And that is what it's done. You're not a sausage. And where? I'll have to look at this closely. Under the that's around there, that's not touching. That's pretty close, but it's not touching. Clear this off. Yeah, it's not touching at all. Big gap there. If we got a, I put that one in back to front. That's all good. That's all good. Yeah. And here. Trying to put that in back to front, could I? I think I might have actually. Let's have a look, see. So that went. Turn it off. Ah, that's really hot. Something's shorting out. Which one was it? Yeah, I might have put that the wrong way round. Although I don't think so. Must have put it wrong way round. Yeah, some transistor legs are all black. Right. Let's have a look. That one and that one. Oh, that's turned off and it's yet making those noises. Yeah, must have put it the wrong way round. Okay. Okay. We'll just have to unsolder this and turn it around, I guess. Is just flowing. Now drive. Yeah, I have to use a ton of this stuff again. This one. So much nicer when the got fresh solder. Yeah. Oh, that's hot. Now let's see if we can turn this around. Otherwise we'll have to use a different cap. Well, there's a bit of space around this one. I had it this way before and I thought, nah. Well, that is not right. That's where the old cap went. We'll just this in. These are not particularly good for doing that sort of stuff. Now, my tweezers should be around here somewhere. I can't remember where I put the other pliers. I'll have to use these big ones. Just thinking here. Definitely positive on the body and definitely that way round. So that is positive and the outer one is negative. But does that go around? No, it doesn't. And that needs to be cleared out too. I think I had it the right way around. I'm going to try it without that cap in. I mean, it's not going to work, but yeah, power's getting through it. Clear the hole. That's better. It's perfect, in fact. Now I'm just going to. Where did that cap go? What's up there? Why is this making noises? The volume control off. Right, so that's out, negative out to the center hole, and this is like that. And we'll turn it around, and still nothing. How could I have killed it? No, nothing. And the other way around? Nothing. I think a transistor's died or something. Yeah. Okay. I'm about to give up, I think. Right. So sorry about the beginning. Oh, about 5 minutes in when I lost power. Yeah. Hopefully some people have picked this up. Yeah. Oh, hi, Dono. How are you? Yeah, this was working 5 minutes ago, and then I changed a cap, and now it's not completely dead, but it's dead silent. So yeah, and because I've been going for almost 2.5 hours. I'm about to go and have dinner because it's 6:30 here, or almost 6:30, and yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with it. It's making clicking noises and all that sort of stuff, but it's not, no volume on it. Don't know whether you can hear that. It's peaking on the meters, but now that cap is out, but I can't see. I did go around the trace and clean that up. It's the most disgusting trace I've ever seen. So rough and badly soldered. But I can't see any traces touching each other, shorting out. There's a bit of a gap there. Where's that cap gone? So that goes this way. Just get that to sit. Get that to go in there. And actually I'll turn it off the wrong way. And we'll just tack this in temporarily. Tiny amount of solder. Shouldn't be using this thick solder. No, go around there. Yep. Okay. And that's in. Let's go round. No amplifier. This is no hiss or anything. So, yeah, so this is the fender. And yeah, it's got a very nice, interesting, oh, that's out of focus, isn't it? Can't quite see that my glasses. I can see things, but I can't tell whether they're in focus or not on the screen. Yeah, so that's got a huge magnet on it, like a top hat. It's probably about twice as high as any other transistor speaker that I've seen. Yeah, it comes right up to my knuckle, so that's how long it is. Yeah, I really don't know what's happened to this. Just seeing these transistors. We've got another cap down there too, which I haven't done. Oh, gee, that's hot. That is really hot. Something is definitely shorting out. That is so hot. That is really burn yourself hot. Like when you touch the soldering iron hot. So something is shorting out. Okay, I'm going to give it up for the day. Yeah. If on the off switch, okay. No, it's definitely not that. It's, yeah. Yeah, this transistor down here is red hot, so something is shorting out. And it was working until I took that cap out, that last cap. Yeah. I might go and get another drink and grab a couple of biscuits because it's really quite hot in here. It's almost, well, yeah, it's almost 28 degrees. It's not quite summer hot, but it's pretty bad. No, I've gone across the traces and checked them. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a moment. Do I dare put the I'll be back in a moment card up? No, I won't. Okay, back in a moment. I better put something on so people know that the stream hasn't gone dead.
Obviously you have to have a spinner for the SEG, you would suggest. Does that mean Bo Webster comes into the lineup? Does it mean Todd Murphy gets a go? What's your thoughts?
Back in a moment.
I think you have to give Green a rest. He has promised to deliver and hasn't at all really in this series. And he ended up your batting number 8 yesterday and got out to what looked a limp stroke. So I think Webster deserves his chance. Hasn't played the test and his numbers are good. Todd Murphy will probably replace Guy Richardson. They need a frontline spinner. There are other changes perhaps, but not yet. I'm not sure whether Weatherall's up to the class of Test cricket, but he deserves another crack. Shane's form's been very ordinary this year as a Test cricketer. He's been pretty good for Queensland, but that hasn't come about as an Australian player, so he's under a bit of a question mark. Really, most of the batting in that side is under question, and Kawhi is one of those who's probably coming to the end of his career. Whether he's going to go or not, we will see. He's going to probably want to keep going if he scores a few more runs in this game, because I'm sure he's going to play.
Okay, I'm just going to have a skip to the loo.
We've already seen a few in this series, so I think we're going to have a bit of instability in the year or two ahead when we're playing good teams.
Jim Maxwell, it's always a pleasure to chat to you. I hope you have a wonderful time and a safe trip back to Sydney. Can't wait to hear you on Jan 4 as part of the SCG test.
Go, man. Nice to talk to you, Zane.
Always a pleasure. They're always a pleasure. The voice of summer. What a champion he is. And what a pleasure it's been bringing you this program. I've got some lovely comments here as well. I really appreciate them, including Brian from Gowennerak in WA, and of course someone in the top shed, Derek and Ann. Thank you very much, Derek and Ann, for your kind comments. It's been great working today alongside some wonderful people, including Brett McKay, Lauren Borden, Andrew Moore, Alan Black, John Alexander. Alexander, Mac French, Brett Sprigg, Jim Maxwell, you just heard, Chris Rowbottom, Akash Bonadale, Riddell Mower, Mitch Turner, and a big thank you to Jules Hay. Thank you for everyone who's contributed to this wonderful program. Have a happy new year and enjoy the Sydney Test match.
Yeah, so that was this radio, and of course all the come back here. Yeah, so it's this. This is the best receiving radio I've got, the most sensitive by a long way, except for the Sony 2001D. Must get around to recapping that before it sort of dies a death. Okay, now let's have a look down here at the traces again, and I cannot see why it's done that. So I'll give you a bit of a view of it. Can't see the screen again. There we go. Yeah, so I can't see any touching traces on it. Yeah. Something is definitely shorted. It's going into there. And yeah, it's laid out virtually like a valve radio. So we've got power going in there and through the speaker and back out into here. Right. Now I can bring my magnifier over, but I don't know whether I can actually. I'll bring the little magnifier down. If I can reach it, it's right up on a shelf. And not easy. No, I don't think I can get to that. I need the ladder to get up there. Let's try. Reach this without bringing everything down. Not quite. About 2 centimeters away. Grab the plug. Big stretch. Untangle my feet from that Hitachi cassette deck, the 3-head nice one, which I've been trying to fix for 10 years, literally. Okay, so don't know how this is going to work. If indeed this does work. This little light, I haven't used this for over 10 years either. Like this one, sorry about my arm being in the camera. In fact, I'll change it over. I do this. And does this still work? Yes. Okay. Right. I don't know whether I can do this or not. Magnify it for you to bring the camera around a bit. Yeah, so that's that. And bring that up there. Is that focusing? Right. We'll try this. How's that? Oh, yeah. Don't know whether it's any bigger or not than it was before. Try and hold this steady. Yeah, I can't see any broken traces or anything shorted. Let's move that out of the way so I can see. No. Yeah. I wonder down here, is it? No, that doesn't look. I mean, this looks so much better on the camera than in real life. This is, you know, it's so badly soldered. And I keep on saying that, but I can't see anything. Okay, I'm going to look through the larger one. And I can get a better magnification on this one. Actually down there, have I bridged something down there? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I think that's it. I don't know whether you'll better see on this. These glasses. Down here, there seems to be. Yeah, that. Where am I going? Yeah, this blob here seems to be touching the other trace. So I'll move that along. And where can I put this? Just unplug it. So I'm going to do, it doesn't look like it from another angle, but may well be touching there. Run the soldering iron past it. Yeah, that's definitely not touching. Now, and I might clean all that flux off. Where did I put the Here it is, right under my nose as usual. Yeah. Cotton bud. And clean that flux off of there. Yeah, that's definitely not touching now. Or is it? No. And this is... God, this is really awful. They're really getting to the end of quality here. The end of the 60s. And look at all that. That's just from one tiny little area. Where are they? Come on, focus. There we go. Yeah. That is just awful. Okay. Right, so hopefully that has fixed the problem. No. Okay. Try. I'm not sure that that was bridged there. So unbridge. Take this back here and we'll have a look at the trace. Yep. There's a great big lump of solder, but I didn't put it there. It's not flowing into here, is it? Yeah, yeah. That great big lump of old solder. Yeah, when I ran the soldering iron around another track, that lump of solder just must have melted enough to bridge it. Okay, so we'll try it again. Third time lucky. Still nothing. And we're not getting any clicking noises now. Is this getting hot? Yeah, that's still getting hot. Wonder if that transistor's gone open or something. Shorted out. Yeah. It's quite warm. It's not switched on. Any ideas, Don? Or battery maker, if you're still there. Mark. Where's my sustenance? You still there, Don? Oh yeah, no. There's about a minute and a half delay. Yeah. What I'll have to do tomorrow is take that transistor out and test it and replace the cabinets next to it. I think I'm going to give up and go and have dinner. So I can't see any other bridge traces. And that one, it's not there. Yeah, can't quite read that. Yeah, I'm going to have some. It's not the pot, Don. It's this transistor down here. Yeah, it's this transistor down here that's getting red hot. And yeah, the one leg is on the positive. But I haven't been anywhere near that transistor. So maybe, that the trace which I cleaned up, yeah, that doesn't go anywhere near it, and there's no direct connection to that transistor. But because it was getting red hot, I'm just wondering whether I burnt it out or something. I'll plug it. It's making the noise when you apply power to it. So we'll just see if it's getting hot still. Yeah, it actually sounds like that. But it's not getting hot now. Yeah, it's still remaining relatively cool. And there's nothing else getting hot. I don't know whether these are germanium or silicon transistors. They look like silicon transistors. AS302 is on this one. AS148, 148. Just can't read. Actually, I can get down in there. It's AS313. There's bound to be equivalents for that. I mean, these things you can stick almost any old transistor in and they work. Yeah. Okay, I'm giving up for the... Oh, I shouldn't leave that on there, should I? The speaker is shorting it out. Yeah, I'm giving up for the evening. Yeah, and going to cook some dinner. Yeah, sorry about the beginning of the... Oh, yes, I was going to show you the magazine, wasn't I? Sorry about the beginning of the stream, or about 5 minutes in. The power went off for about 30 seconds. They're actually building a new substation down the road, but they haven't finished it yet. And hopefully that's going to sort all these problems out. It's in a bit of a weird spot. It's right down in the flood zone. They built everything up on stilts. Yeah, so in case you hadn't seen it before, this is the current radio waves. I got this on Friday. Now there's, I might zoom back a bit. There we go. I can actually go back even more, can't I? That's it. Yeah, this is the cover of Radio Waves this time. This is issue 175. And it comes out quarterly. Yeah, it's the EMI television production area in Sydney. And the HRSA has all hundreds and hundreds of negatives from HMV EMI. So that's her close-up. So these are cropped out of the main picture, and Kevin's colorized them with AI. I don't think they're colorizing stuff with AI is all that fantastic. Here's some more of the images that we've got. Don't know whether these have been colorized. They probably have. This is a particularly interesting one. The this little thing. Yeah, and that's the accessory turntable. Yeah, so. And there's quite a large article on the Mickey Mouse, the very first one, and all its hundreds of variations. Yeah. So, yes. So if you're not a member of the HRSA, you know what to do, don't you? Join that. And being on the committee, I do the website for it. The magazine is almost as expensive to print and send out to the members as the membership fee. So basically, I think, I mean, it varies from issue to issue, but yeah, I think it works at around about $45 a year for the magazine and $5 for the other membership. So, and of course we take a small amount for each sale we make on during the auctions. So that's how we make our money. And as far as clubs go, we are pretty well off. I think Kevin Chant's definitely a member. He came over for the Radio Fest a few years ago, and I was chatting to him, and he was talking about rebuilding his website and me doing it, but it's going to be an enormous job. There is hundreds and hundreds of things on that on that website, and it would take more than my lifetime. No, it wouldn't take that long, but yeah. In fact, I might approach him again now that I'm feeling much better. I might approach him again and we'll see if we can do something with that site. I mean, it's not bad as it is, and yeah. So yeah. I know there's no Western Australian branch. It's the Phonograph Society or something, isn't it, Don? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It doesn't need rebuilding. Yeah, you can find everything on there easily. It's very clearly laid out. Yeah. So, yeah, it's not... I don't know what's happened to this radio. I think it must have been that transistor down there or something, because it goes round this way, and that is in well and truly in the path. So this would be the amplifier up here. That would be amplifier chip, transistor there. Yeah, this is the preamp. Or maybe, yeah. So that would be the oscillator transistor. Or maybe that's the first IF. And that's the oscillator, one of the two. Second IF transistor, preamp, and then the main amp there. Yeah. Okay, I'm leaving it for tomorrow. Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, actually, we might have to have negotiations and make you an affiliate so you can get all the cheap valves and transistors we sell. No, I don't think it's the output transistor, because it is making a slight hissing noise. Very, very, very slight. And it's making that click. So if it was the output transistor, we wouldn't get that clicking with the power. Yeah. Okay. I'm off going to cook some dinner and stuff, and thanks for watching. I think everyone's left apart from you, Don. It's just a private conversation, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, someone's come back in. That's odd. Just as I'm about to turn it off. I'll look at it with a fresh, less tired head in the morning, and yeah. Okay, I'll speak to you later, Don, and anyone else who's in, and yeah, I'm about to end the stream. Actually, I might try playing something for you, Don, in case you missed the first stream where it cut off. See if you remember this. Where is that?
Oh, razzmatazz. Oh, razzmatazz. Razzmatazz. Oh.
Okay, goodbye. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of here.